And good day to you. You're flying Toronto's very unfriendly skies, and today we have a new toy. This is the P228. And I know I've been talking about the F-86F for a while, but that's just out of reach for the moment, and I would prefer to spend my time doing something that actually matters. Um, and I specialize the 1056. Be that as it may, I don't like the aircraft. And I do not mind saying how much I dislike that aircraft. Um, wow, that's one angry Spitfire. Unfortunately for him, I'm faster than he is by a good margin. Okay, that only cost me 400 hit points. Man, they need to change that. And I need to lay off my boost. I'm likely to need it here in a little bit. And they did take it, and we've got no support. Dumb move to go in there right now. So we'll test out the guns. Guns work. This thing turns like crap. The only thing it really has going for it is speed and armament. Do not get in front of one of these things. Bad news. Going to them from behind, however, is another story. The aircraft is at this point just what you think it would be. It is a. I purchased the Aiden cannons. Didn't have to research them. I'm still on the first engine. And I see somebody coming in already. This thing is running at a cruise speed of about 300 something knots. Still the kind of archy cannon that you learn to despise in the Swift, but you got 4 of them. Does a lot more damage. And I like with these aircraft types to have some distance to work with. And I still have rockets that I want to deploy. He's far enough behind me, I'm not going to worry too much about him. But I do not want to leave this base in their hands. This is perhaps the most unfair base in for all sorts of reasons. Alright, I've done all I can do here. I need to get out of the area until I get a recharge and can affect the area to my liking. So we're just going to leave the area. I'm not going to offer myself up to surrendering points that I've grabbed from that base. Now this is the gentleman that shot me down earlier. I would like very much to repay the favor if I can. I do not know that I can. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Now the BV-215 and this particular aircraft are very much birds of a feather. You got lots of thrust, so let's make him into a flying tank, shall we? Oh, that's our buddy, Arrow, Carney, F-94D. Alright. Always got a little bit to learn about using this aircraft. And that's part of what we're doing today. You won't be capturing that base, at least not right away. We have to go back and take this base. No, just avoided that collision too. Let's hit flaps and get this thing turned around because I've got to take this base before we lose the game. No, I don't have a suicidal wish. It's got to be taken. Okay, virtually anything. That got it. We got it. All right. Well, that was a hard Scrabble victory, wasn't it? Well, I went from a 50% pilot to a 61% pilot in one battle. Like it. Okay, 3 sectors captured. 6 aerial targets destroyed. Assistance in destroying 3 more. was destroyed 3 times. Alright, let's go over the specifications of this and get this to a point where you can actually, I guess that'll work. Alright, comes with 16 rockets. As you can imagine, that's a lot of drag. And here's a gun armament. We've got the 30 millimeter Aiden cannons, and I was more tempted than you want to know to stick with the 20 millimeters because they shoot flatter. Cumulative damage is 1320 DPS. Optimal distance is 2840. And I'm going to tell you their line because it's actually 2624. They got a bit of arc to them. As you saw, I was playing with that a little bit. Bombs and rockets. You have 16 rockets, 26,196 on those, 160-second resupply time, and optimal distance is 3346. Time to change this over to metric. Alright, hit points. 900 hit points before you start getting airframes and other stuff to it. Resistance to damage, 48. Resistance to fire, 46. Pilots resistant to injuries, -7. Resistance to fire, -23. Your airspeed as this sits with all the rockets is 382. Let me point this out. You're going to you have 4 engine upgrades to go through. So this is very much the intro. If you've gone through the Swift line, then you already have the Aiden cannons. You just have to purchase them. You do not have to research them. So I purchased them. And that's really useful. This is a very fast ground attack aircraft, which actually kind of goes well with the entire British line. They do not have bombers, of all things. They do not have genuine GAs like the Russians and the Germans do in the line for whatever reason. I don't know. But you do have this. And these are pretty effective at that role, especially with the cannon. You can use the cannon to destroy things. It's just a matter of putting universal ammunition. You'll need that to help. All right. So we've come right along with this. We got 2 more engine upgrades to go. And if you want the Javelin, you have to research the 3rd engine before you can go forward. So by the time you finished with all this, you end up with the Sapphire engines. The Sapphire SA-5R. So we should see additional inputs to speed. Now, if you decide you want to use this as a high altitude fighter, you can. Heavy fighter. It has that capability. Your altitude is 8202. If you get rid of the rockets, your airspeed is 399. Now that's not going to let you keep up with an XF-90, but the cruise speed is fast enough that you can get almost anything else. So if you just want to use your Aiden cannon against high altitude heavy fighters, this is a viable platform for that. They're not going to be that much faster than you in a turn. And you can do some things down here to make changes. Now I've got this outfitted for speed and for distance and shooting. It's showing 2834, and this is the reason why. Now these things are limited because the pilot isn't fully trained. If this trend keeps up, of course he will be. And I'm picking up 3% in speed from this. If you get rid of this and apply, Your 392, your 392. Whether you want to spend the 10 grand or not is up to you. I thought it was a good way of getting some of my speed back, because when you put the rockets back on, yeah, you're a little faster with the, go ahead and go back to the upgrades. So let's check this out, make sure I know what I'm talking about. $374, that's nothing to sneeze at. But that's a decision you'll have to make for yourself. What do I think of the aircraft? I think it's a pretty nifty aircraft, especially given the rocket armament and the fact that it can tear down a major armored targets or medium armored targets just with its rockets. You can finish up with your guns. Pretty dang neat. Gonna have to practice with it some because you're very quick. But it's got enough armor on it, or enough hit points on it, to actually hang in there for a bit. And if you want to go the airframe route and go to a heavy frame, for instance, you can pick up some more points there, get yourself up to 1,000 points or so. Not any particular problem. You pick up a lightweight airframe here. If you want to try that route, I wouldn't suggest it, but that's up to you. Alright, so there is your aircraft as the introduction. You can expect at least 4 more videos, 3 more videos I should say, as I upgrade the engines and give you more rundown on the aircraft. It's a pretty nice aircraft. I'm still going to have to figure out how to use it. If you have suggestions, by God, put them down there so everybody else can learn along with me. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to like the video, to subscribe, and you can support the channel on Patreon. The link is in the channel page, top right corner. Have a great day. Remember, life is fragile, short, and precious. Be careful out there.